Welcome back to Sky Sports News, and we begin with huge breaking news coming out of Arsenal, and it's the news that their fans have been waiting for since the transfer window opened. They have signed Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting on a 5-year deal that could reach a total of £63.5 million. Gyokeres has become one of the most in-demand strikers in Europe in recent years. The 27-year-old scored a remarkable 54 goals in 52 games last season, and after months of speculation, he has finally signed for Arsenal, who end their search for a goal-scoring striker. The Sweden international will now join up with the rest of his teammates in Singapore. Now, after finishing second in the Premier League last season, Arsenal have made a huge push this summer. Gyokeres joins Noni Madueke, Martin Zubimendi, Christian Norgard, Christian Mosquera and Kepa Arrizabalaga as new arrivals at the Emirates. It takes their spending to almost £200 million. Now, Gyokeres outscored all the big names across Europe last season with 54 goals in all competitions for Sporting, plus 13 assists. He scored 10 goals more than Kylian Mbappe, 12 more than Robert Lewandowski, 13 more than Harry Kane, and 20 more than both Mo Salah and Erling Haaland. And confirmation once again. Arsenal have announced the signing of Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting on a 5-year deal.
Fans, the wait for a striker is finally over. 3 years later, Arsenal have completed the signing of Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting Lisbon on a 5-year contract that he could be worth with that hands up to £63.5 million. Get in touch, Arsenal fans. 03717223344 81089. Is this the season? Are you going to win the league now? You've finally got a striker. I mean, I'm excited for Arsenal. Fair play. He's a man that has scored 100 goals in 2 seasons. You can't turn your nose up at that, and I'm delighted to say that next to me is TalkSport's very own resident Arsenal fan, Luke Henry. Luke, how are you? Welcome, first of all.
Thank you.
And how are you feeling? You're grinning from ear to ear, mate.
I'm delighted. We have a striker. It's a weird feeling to say that after, 3 years of probably needing one? Yeah, wow, it's finally over the line. It's probably been the longest summer saga we've had.
Yeah.
Some Arsenal fans didn't even believe it. Some thought it was paper talk. We thought it was going to be Benjamin Sesko. We thought it could have been Isak at the start of the summer. We thought it could have been Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
But now, here we are. And I think what Arsenal fans, first and foremost, what we really like about this is, Arteta said this back in 2022. He said that when our players are not convinced to play for Arsenal, it's a little bit of I don't know, you should want to play for Arsenal. And Viktor Gyokeres has done everything in his power as a football player to make the move happen. And when you're a fan, you hold on to that. So now we want him to succeed so much. And I'm pretty sure there's Arsenal fans out there that will say that Viktor Gyokeres wasn't my first choice, despite the wonderful goal-scoring record, because they thought other strikers will do the job. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, Arsenal fans just wanted a striker to put the ball in the back of the net and take us to that title. But the fact that he wanted the number 14 shirt, the fact that he wanted to join Arsenal, he knows what we're going for. We're going for the Premier League. We're going for trophies. He wants to be the guy that gets us over the line and scores the goals that takes us to our 14th Premier League title in with the number 14.
He's confident.
Do you know what, Luke? It's great to hear you talking with this enthusiasm.
Like
it's needed. No. There's no but. I think that you've signed the player that you should sign. You've made the statement signing that you had to make. I've kind of got two. Not to rain on your parade, but I've got 2 things to discuss with you. One, you spoke about his glorious record, and it is undoubtedly a glorious record. 98 goals in 102 games, something like that. How significant is it that it occurred in the Portuguese league? Like, how much stock can you put into it?
How much? Well, okay, let's look at it like this. We need a striker to put the ball in the back of the net. If we're going to start nitpicking about a striker that has put the ball in the back of the net, then we've got a serious problem. We can only judge him until he plays for Arsenal in an Arsenal shirt, okay? We were going to go and buy Benjamin Sesko, who's got 13 goals in the Bundesliga, and everyone's saying he was the next best thing. So what's the difference? If you've got someone that's got so many goals...
So the Bundesliga is a more prestigious league than the... Just for the record, I think Gyokeres is a good sign. I think you've done the right thing. But I just think it's a topic worthy of consideration that these goals have all been scored in the Portuguese league.
But also he's done it in the Champions League as well.
Hat trick against City, right?
Yeah, he scored a hat trick against City, but he played for Coventry and it went okay. He did okay. He was at Brighton. He didn't pull up any trees.
No, he didn't.
Is there any jeopardy here, or are you fairly convinced this one's going to land?
Well, you talk about jeopardy. Okay, let's have a look at how much Arsenal have spent. Arsenal have spent £55 million. So in the going rate of a striker in this market, that's a very, very good price. Andrew Roberta's done a very good job to negotiate that. And the add-ons are all about Arsenal being successful, right? So he's going to score goals, and the more goals he scores, the more add-ons. And if we win titles and trophies, that's where the add-ons come in. So for a £55 million fee, with the goals he's got, with the single-mindedness and the directness that he wants to come and be the main guy, I really struggle how we can be negative about this. You know, sometimes we overcomplicate things as fans, and as when we talk about football, I've said it for a long time. People have asked me, what striker did I want? And I got to the stage where I was like, I generally don't think it matters. I watched some pre-season against AC Milan on Wednesday, and it was there. It was just so telling. Saka goes down the right-hand side, cuts the ball back, there's no one in the box.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we will need a striker to sniff out the danger and put the ball in the back of the net. We're a very, very good team. We just need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. People are saying, oh, he's a bit clunky on his touch, or, you know, he loses possessions. Do you know what? If he takes 4 touches but gets a shot off, I'll be delighted, because that's what we need. And I'm really, really excited for this. And yeah, it's been a...
Pressure on now, though. Mikel Arteta, like, this is it. Game on, right?
I mean, look, you've got your man. It's what you needed. Like, I'm on in your camp. It doesn't matter where he scored the goals. He scored them at every single level. It's exciting for you, and I certainly think it puts Arsenal in, you know, pole position.
I wanted to add, and now obviously the focus is on completing this process with Viktor Gyokeres. She's all okay, medical today in London, and then after some outgoings, they still think about Eberechieze. Because for Eberechieze, they maintain good contacts with the agents, waiting to approach Crystal Palace, but Eberechieze remains a name very high on the list at Arsenal. The player is very keen on a move to Arsenal, and so Eberechieze remains a story that we have to keep close eye on in this final month of the summer transfer window. Then guys, one more name.
Viktor Gyokeres all smiles as he poses in Arsenal kit after completing £55 million move. Arsenal have announced the signing of Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting Lisbon in a £55 million deal. Here are photos of him in his new kit. Arsenal have announced the signing of Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting Lisbon. The striker has joined the Gunners for an initial £55.5 million with a further £8.7 million potentially due in performance-based add-ons. Gyokeres has reportedly penned a 5-year contract and will wear the famous number 14 shirt previously worn by Arsenal legend Thierry Henry. It brings to a close a long-running saga, as Sporting Lisbon have proven to be tough negotiators, but Mikel Arteta finally has a reliable striker who should prove that all-important clinical edge in the final third. That is something that has been lacking in recent seasons after Arsenal finished third in the Premier League for the past 3 campaigns. A lack of killer instinct in the box has been cited as one of the main reasons why the Gunners have failed to get over the line and win the title for the first time since 2004. Arsenal had been strongly linked with Benjamin Sesko over the past 12 months, but the focus switched to Gyokeres this summer, and Sporting director Andre Berta has been negotiating hard with Sporting to get a deal agreed. A breakthrough was finally found last week, and the 27-year-old was given permission to travel to London to undergo his medical and finalise his move to the Emirates Stadium. Those formalities have now been completed, and Arsenal announced on their website on Saturday evening that Gyokeres has now completed his move to the club on a long-term contract. After sealing the move, Gyokeres told the club's website that he can't wait to don the Arsenal kit and be part of the club. The striker believed he has improved since his last spell in England, at Brighton and Coventry, and is ready to prove himself at the highest level. "I always want to score," he said. "To be a part of this club and to score in this kit and with this badge in front of all the supporters, I can't wait. It will be an amazing feeling. I started here, in England, it feels like a long time ago. I think I've improved a lot since then. Now I want to prove myself for real and perform together with the team. It's a big honor to play for your country, and then to score goals for them is amazing. When I played at Sporting, I scored a few goals in the Champions League, so I feel that I can be on that level as well. Now to come here to a club on Arsenal's level, I think it's going to help me perform even better with all the amazing players in this team. I'm really excited to get going." Gyökeres scored an incredible 54 goals and 13 assists in 52 games in all competitions for Sporting Lisbon last season, so he is one of the most deadly strikers in Europe. He should certainly provide Arsenal with a real threat in the box, and fans will be praying he's the missing piece in Arteta's puzzle to finally bring big trophies back to the Emirates Stadium. Gyökeres is now expected to fly to Singapore to link up with his new teammates on their preseason tour, and he could make his non-competitive debut against Tottenham next week. After completing his move from Sporting Lisbon, Viktor Gyokeres is a gunner. The Swedish international has completed his move from the Portuguese champions, becoming our 6th signing of the summer so far. The first official pictures of our new striker in the famous red and white and also the new Adidas away kit. Arsenal star agrees shock exit ahead of Viktor Gyokeres' £63 million arrival. Gabriel Jesus is close to leaving Arsenal, having agreed a move to join Brazilian side Flamengo on loan. The former Manchester City star arrived at the Emirates in a £45 million deal in 2022, but injuries have been a constant issue during his time in North London. Signed with the intention of leading the Gunners' attack in the number 9 role, Jesus' persistent fitness problems long extinguished those hopes, with Kai Havertz serving as Mikel Arteta's first-choice option up top the last 2 seasons. Arsenal are poised to sign Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting CP, hoping the Sweden international is the answer to their well-documented problems at the focal point of attack. The club will reportedly then turn their attention to Crystal Palace star Ibaraki East to form part of a fearsome new attack which has already been bolstered by the addition on Noni Madueke this summer. Those changes now look set to trigger Jesus' move away from the Premier League. Report Flamengo have opened talks with Arsenal over a season-long loan move for the 27-year-old, with the option to make the move permanent next summer. The Brazilian side are prepared to pay 50% of Jesus' salary, which reportedly stands at £260,000 per week. Crucially, Jesus has yes to the move. The forward is eager to secure as much playing time as possible ahead of next summer's World Cup and impress Brazil boss Carlo Ancelotti. Jesus made 27 appearances in all competitions last season, with just 13 of those starts. A cruciate ligament tear ended his season in January, however, with Arsenal left without a recognised centre-forward for the rest of the season when Kai Havertz got injured the following month. Jesus suffered that latest injury in the FA Cup defeat to Manchester United in January, requiring surgery which ruled him out for the remainder of the campaign. Arsenal have provided no clear indication of when the player will be available to play again. Not included in the 30-man squad that flew out to Asia for pre-season tour games against AC Milan, Newcastle United and Tottenham, Jesus has made 96 appearances for Arsenal in all competitions since his arrival from City.